Finally, I want to make it clear, I've always said that leadership is a service. That's what we do. And tonight, I think I best serve this team by stepping aside and allowing someone else to take this team forward.
Alright, boy people, me there for wait some while for calm down after what happened last night. And first of all, it's not gonna be a review really, it's more like a eulogy because it just feel like the hopes and dreams of Jamaican football has died last night. And I know we have one more chance to still qualify in March, but right now it just feel like Jamaican football is hopeless and there's no future in sight at the moment. But yeah man, this feeling down and hurt because of what happened yesterday. I was at the National Stadium, and after what started out with a great atmosphere, I felt the fans really came out and showed some real Jamaican pride and passion. We didn't quite get that from our manager, and we didn't really get that in terms of the result. I mean, point blank, the coach really just gave up on the midfield. He lost belief in his team, and then the gamble that he took in Trinidad really came back and bite us in this match against Curacao. I mean, just looking at the lineup, the immediate thing that jump out at you is the fact that he played Ian Frere with Hayden in the middle of the park in a double pivot, something he has never done in his final round of qualification, so I was really surprised what he was trying to achieve with such a midfield. And some people will say, of course, he did this because he was worried about the Curacao attack and he knew that we could not afford to give up our early goal in this match because that would set us back. So that double pivot was to try to balance the attack with the defensive side of things. But when you think about, again, that Frey to me is not a natural central midfielder, he's a right back. And you have somebody like Kerry Anderson, who's also very decent on the ball and is more of a suitable number 8, or even Josh Anglin. You really have to wonder what Steve McLaren was thinking in a must-win match. And then where I got even more stupefied is when he put Bobby Reid in the number 10 and put Demarai Gray outright on the wing. Gray had a very poor game in that position against Trinidad, so I'm not sure what got into Steve McLaren's head to think that it would work again over on that side. But okay, maybe he had something up the sleeve, and once the game kicked off, we're going to play some magic football, keep the ball on the ground and trying to unlock this Curacao defense, because we absolutely knew, you can see from everybody preview show, we knew that we're going to see majority of the ball. What we got is the first time I can come here and say it. I've heard everybody else say it before, and I can finally agree with you all. It was straight kick and hope football. We literally just gave the ball to Kin and said, Kin, will you try your best to lob the ball and find Cephas, and then hope Cephas can use his speed to do something out there. That's all the tactics was, especially in the first half. There was nothing else we were trying to do. We're not trying to find the feet of no midfielder. We completely give up on the idea of playing to any of the midfielders until Hayden got upset and decided to say, alright, man, I come deep and try to take the ball and try to do something. But when he get the ball, he can't find nobody, he have to turn it back and look for Kin again. It was just absolutely frustrating because I know this team is much more capable than this to play some decent football, and it was clear this was a directive by Steve McLaren. I mean, just watch about the first half tape alone, you will see the amount of times Kin have the ball in so much time and space. Lemkisa would advance, go far up the right wing in open space, and Kin will have a very sharp pass to him, simply just ignore him and try to find Cephas time and time again. And we know Kin has that kind of pass in his foot, but majority of the night he will simply not find his target. And you would hope him finally switch it up. Again, Shamar Nicholson start this game, our only target striker, and yet not much of our target long passes went to him, but instead we tried to find Cephas on the left. And when you play such a tactic, you immediately start to wonder what's the purpose of Bobby Reid in this game. What was he supposed to do in the number 10 position if we're not going to play the ball on the ground? Yes, I saw him trying to buzz around and press in a way. I saw Bowser even try to press as well, but they got no help from the wingers, and then Hayden and Frey both stayed at home to make sure they didn't stray too far. And then we did have the ball in possession and carried up a little bit up the line. No one came into that pocket in front of the Curacao box to receive the ball. It's so weird to me that these are Premier League veterans, but them afraid to come for the ball in midfield. It is absolutely mind-boggling that them no one come for the ball and turn and do them thing. And then going back to our coach, you realize things now work, and there was no in-game management to try and change up tactics. We more saw Maren Gardner on the sideline being the one to shout out instructions, and then at halftime I thought he would have ringing some changes, bring on Dixon or Whisper at halftime, or at least put in another striker, do something. Yet to my surprise, at the same 11 come out at halftime. And guess what? They did the exact same thing that was not working in the first half. It took the coach at least 10 minutes before he realized that Dixon had come into the game. And then when Dixon came into the game, because King was not looking down the right hand side and was looking to lob the ball out to the left, Dixon hardly touched the ball for the first 5 minutes he was on the pitch. And then we brought in Andre Russell to play the 10 because I guess we made up our mind that we're going to go direct. And yet every flipping ball was still going out to Cephas, who Curacao already know say him a danger man and had 2 men upon him at all times. And don't get me wrong, Cephas I think never help him case. These are the type of things him have to learn, that if you now work out the one way here when you receive the ball, him have to try and make some diagonal runs in behind the back line for so King can now find him in a different direction. But the coach himself could have realized RSC was now work out right now on the left because they marshal him. Let me try to switch it up, switch out Gray or Dixon from the right and put them on the left and put Cephas on the right. Just to try something. I mean, we're in desperate mode here. Why would not try at least think outside the box? And then I thought he took way too long to bring on Whisper. I know he was concerned about the defensive side of things, it going the other way on the counter. And don't get me wrong, Curacao did get 1 and 2 one-on-ones with our goalkeeper, who I must say, Blake, you did your job. I thought Blake was immense. He really stopped one of those 2 breaks all by himself. But again, when you realize we have to win or it don't make no difference, you still would have want us to show more ambition. Like again, bringing Billy Katamatari a bit early on to try to get us that 1 goal. But again, I don't really want to spend too much time on talk about the tactics, because at the end of the day, it wasn't our night. We hit the post 2 times, hit a bar another time, and then we don't want to even talk about that VAR situation, because that was a whole roller coaster of emotions where we thought we got it, and then, well, the referee them take it away. At the end of the day, we just have to say congratulations to Curacao. They got their historic first World Cup qualification, and we are now into the intercontinental playoff system, where we are waiting our fate at 7 p.m. today, or is it Thursday, I think, for the draw to find out if we play either Bolivia or New Caledonia in that first match. And then if we win that game, depending once again on the draw, we will either face DR Congo or Iraq for one final chance of qualifying for this World Cup. But I must admit, it is feel hopeless at the moment. The coach himself resigned in a 4-minute press conference and took no questions and walked out upon us. And now it's all up to the federation to see who will lead us in March. Do I believe that we still have the capabilities to get past this zone and qualify? Boy, it depends again if who we bring in and what kind of midfielders we have, because again it shows we need someone for hold the ball in midfield. These players we have right now, afraid of the ball. I'm gonna say it straight, they're afraid of the ball. But it is mind-boggling how many really see nobody want to come for the ball and have the ball at their feet in that middle of the park and try to do something. Nobody tried to stand up and say they want to take this team and then back and carry them forward. But anyway, I must say, not much of a review, but not really much tactically what to talk about, apart from what I said a while ago. The end of the day is still frustration. You can hear the frustration in my voice. And I have to just end it by saying once again, big up to the fans. That was one of the best atmosphere I ever experienced at the National Stadium. The fans really brought it. We were definitely the 12 man. And to the players, yes, I criticized some of you guys, but at least I believe you guys were trying to give it your all on the night to try to get the result. It's not you picking yourself in the squad, and it's not probably you decide the tactics for how this team should be played. Boy, going back to tactics, I just remember how much we could have really wrapped things up from Trinidad and made this much easier. I'm just start getting frustrated all over again. So I better just wrap this up. So again, guys, That is it. Thank you all for watching, and please like, subscribe and share as we look to keep you all up to date on everything on the Reggae Boys leading up to that crucial intercontinental match in March 21st or 23rd, I believe it is. Otherwise, for great Reggae Boys content, you're already at the right place. Jamaican fan. YouTube, big up yourself.